What's going on? What is Hunter from Southport? Today I am joined by Apostoli. How are you today?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Excited to talk. We've been talking about doing this for a long time. I met you, I think it was at Shaq's basketball thing.
Oh, that's
Uh,
crazy. I forgot about that shit.
I feel like Shaq has a big part in a lot of people's careers right now, and he's like kind of behind everything a little bit. Do you have people kind of in your career you think are kind of behind the scenes that you think deserve more credit?
Bro, Devon, peep the kicks, Devon Tree. That guy is like, yo, Dead Egos, like if you've seen Dead Egos, that's pretty much all him and Griff, the other guy, videographer. I mean, that guy, Devon, like above all else, like he kind of put me everywhere that has done everything for me. So I would say
Mhm.
like him above everything. He's behind the scenes for a lot of shit. Like he's huge.
It's been a year now since Agnorasis, is that how you say it?
I not notices, but yeah.
I'm gonna let you take that over and say that. But yeah, so it's been a year now. How do you feel looking back on that project?
It was cool. Like I dropped that shit right during last like exam season because like I was doing school in the summer. I was doing school in the summer again this summer, and it was like I just remember like walking into like the library and like my friend like all the math girls were like playing showing me like, oh, I'm listening to this, I'm listening, and they're like showing me different they're listening to while they're studying. So that was like a sick time. Like I probably took my foot off the gas a little bit too much after that shit. Like so that's probably one thing that at the forefront of my mind, like I need to keep pushing right now. But I think it was a good tape. I think it was a good tape. I think it's like very far from my peak, but it was a cool first project.
Yeah, it's a fun listen. I was re-listening to get ready for this, and I think I'm gonna make it. I think is a big favorite of mine.
I made that shit like trying to impress a girl.
Did you?
Bro, literally like the day before, or no, it was literally I was texting a girl and she said, "Oh, I'm really just looking for friends right now." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know how to reply to that. Let me make a song." So I was just like, "Oh, like I was talking to a girl. She said, all you're looking for is friends. Trust, all you're looking for is me." And
That shit's crazy.
I just had to do that shit. I drank a Monster Energy drink and stayed up all night making that.
I feel like you've been on a run this summer though. Like you had Sexual Relations, Fairy Princess, Rockin'. What kind of is more exciting about this release, Poppin' Some for you?
I just feel like Poppin' Some is really like a song where I'm actually speaking. Like, okay, like sexual relations, like, yo, I made that shit at my friend Andy's birthday party. Mans were just turned up, like, mans were just lit as hell, like, probably like doing various substances. Like, like, I wasn't really thinking too much when I said that, but like, okay, low key, I also made Poppin' Some in the studio with Andy, but I don't know what it was like on that song. Like, I was just like really speaking from the heart, like that beat. Yo, shout out Gwen. Gwen made that beat. He's made a lot of beats for me. Like, he also made the beat for Cope with Love on
Mhm.
uh on Anagnoisi. So he's a real goat. Shout out to Gwen. But I just feel like it's like a step above like some of the other shit that I was dropping. Rockin' was really cool too though. I really like Rockin'. And then yeah, that song I have with Annie on her tape, Fairy Princess. I think the song is fuck, what's it called again? Pretty? Yeah, pretty.
What realistically would happen if you locked in for just 1 month?
Yo, what would happen if I locked in for just 1 month? I would have gone up if I locked in when I dropped that like Maurices, like if I actually pushed that right. Like, yo, there's so many different times in my career where it's like I've had a little bit of motion, like oh, like even years ago when I dropped this song Political and the shit was like starting to get like a little bit of traction because I was like saying like silly shit about like yo, I was like I can't even really talk about what I was saying in that song because they gonna cancel. There's so many times where I just got like little traction and then I just kind of like got busy with like school or like got busy with other shit or like took my foot off the gas. But it's also just tough because it's like, yo, like locking on what? There's so many different like if I
Mhm.
locked in on music for a month, then now I mean I'm neglecting school. If I locked in on school for a month, then I'm neglecting music. So it's like I'm really trying to like I'm giving like less than 100% to a bunch of different things in life. So it's just kind
Mhm.
of balance. But I don't know. I feel like shit would be different for sure.
Is school kind of like a your main thing? Like, is music the backup plan, or is it other way around?
I don't have a main plan and a backup plan. I kind of just want to do everything, which is
Mhm.
like unrealistic, but it's like, yo, like if I could like work a real life job and then like go tour and shit and then go back to my job and just like be there like programming and shit. I feel like that'd be sick. Cause I like
Mhm.
to like I'm a nerd like for real like or even not even work like I want to teach. I want to be a professor and like do research and stuff like but I also just want to be lit as fuck like I don't know I just kind of want to do everything like I got ADHD and shit right so like I'll get bored if I'm doing the same thing all the time.
I feel like one thing I kind of admire about your music is the way that you're able to like kind of blend things that I think wouldn't usually be in this type of music, Greek mythology or like comp sci, like crazy shit that I feel like doesn't really usually get shown. Like you're asking people math questions at your shows. Do you
Mhm.
kind of have a process for like deciding what to be inspired by? Like when something crosses your mind, what makes you think, oh, I should use that in a song, or like, oh, I should do that?
I just think it would be funny if it would be funny. Just like when I did that fucking like I was quizzing people on integrals at fucking Devon show. Like I don't know, I was just like, yeah, that'd be jokes. Like because I have the song STEM Girls, and I'm fucking with these STEM girls. Like I'm in STEM, so I was just like, yo, like people need to know that like no one out here, no one did that shit. No one fucking ever asked anyone an integral at their show. Like, so I feel like that might appeal to someone. Like someone might consuming music and not see any of that like in the stuff that they listen to. So it's like if I'm positioning myself that way as an artist, that might be something that's relatable to someone or whatever. And it's also just like I feel like there's so much in music that's like, oh, like I dropped out of school, fuck all that shit. Like, yo, like I'm getting money, bro. I'm doing this, that. And I'm like, yo, like I also want to be someone that's like, yo, like you can be lit and still be like a nerd and still be an academic. And like that's not less lit. That doesn't make you lame. That doesn't make you like not able to pursue art or a dream or whatever. It's just like it just makes you a more like diverse person and like makes you understand more about the world and shit. So that's something that I kind of want to represent. Like, and on social media, there's a lot of more like anti-intellectualism that has kind of arisen. So and you know I fuck with that brain rot shit. Like I like to be silly and stuff, but it's also like it's good to be thoughtful sometimes.
Can we expect a project soon?
Mm, maybe next year. I was gonna do a project, but I thought it'd make more sense to just drop like try to get songs out every month. Just kind of like get the old catalog, the like a lot of shit that I've had sitting around like since like last year or whatever. Just get it out. Well, we will have a project, but not probably next year. You know what I mean?